Welcome back as we arrive at Basildon Police Station, and the scene immediately highlights a pattern that frustrates many law-abiding drivers. The auditor observes police vehicles positioned on double yellow lines, which are normally enforced for the public unless there is a clear emergency. This moment quickly establishes the tone of what is unfolding. It raises a clear point about whether authority is being used for convenience rather than necessity. The auditor continues forward while carefully recording this quiet disregard for standard traffic rules, even before stepping through the entrance, which adds another layer of scrutiny to the situation.
I'm at Basildon Police Station, and all I see is an influx of police cars parked on double yellow lines. Look, SRO7, protecting and serving Essex, not very well on double yellow lines. SRO4, parked on double yellow lines. Another one here, parked on double yellow lines. Seen better days. Got a knife bin out the front. Here's the back gate.
He then notices a number plate that lacks the official British standard BS mark, which makes it non-compliant under regulations. The rule here is strict liability for vehicle equipment, meaning the responsibility applies regardless of intent. Instead of letting it pass, he chooses to report it, turning the situation in a different direction. The dynamic shifts as attention moves toward the officers themselves, and the moment an officer understands that the civilian is not there to be controlled, but is instead observing their conduct, the tone changes quickly. A visible sense of defensiveness begins to surface almost at once, adding tension to the unfolding scene.
You filming their number plates?
I don't appreciate them driving around with illegal number plates.
By all means go inside and speak to someone
Yeah.
about it.
Because obviously this is a staff's member of car, it is illegal.
Okay, I don't know whose car that is, but...
Well, this is staff car parking, isn't it?
Exactly, at the moment you're now on private property. You're on
It's
police
publicly
premises.
accessible.
It's police premises.
It's publicly accessible.
Police premises, and you're filming number plates,
Yes, I am.
right?
You're very observant.
Yes, and you must understand that in the current climate,
Yep.
under obviously terrorism activity and things like that,
Yep.
we need to be very aware and, as you say, observant of people filming police premises.
Right.
All right.
I had no issues at Chelmsford Police Station. I had no issues at the
Yeah.
police college. I had no
Well,
issues.
that's up to them at the end of the day. But I'm very aware
Yeah.
that you're currently filming on police premises people's number
Yeah, I'm an
plates.
auditor. That's what auditors do.
You're an auditor.
Yes.
Do you have any ID in relation to that?
Why would I need ID? What have I
I
done
don't
wrong?
know. Do you have any ID to say that you're an auditor?
What ID?
What are you an auditor of?
A police auditor. I go around
Police
auditing police stations.
Okay, so you must have some ID in relation to that. If you're an official police auditor.
I'm not. I didn't tell I was an official. I
Right,
put my
so-
videos on YouTube when I
okay.
go to a police station and find faults with the police station or faults
Yeah.
with the members of staff. I put it on YouTube,
Right.
as many of us do.
Okay.
There's things like that. We're not happy with members of staff who can drive around in vehicles breaking the law.
Okay.
It's not acceptable for a police officer or a policeman.
Now the situation takes a familiar turn as the officer sets aside the report and shifts the focus toward current security concerns and references to terrorism as a reason to begin questioning. In general, recording outside a police station is not a terrorism offense unless there is clear evidence of hostile intent, and the standard requires specific facts that can be clearly explained. The officer leans on broad security reasoning as a way to press for answers, yet the auditor stays composed and continues to highlight the absence of any real legal basis for the demand. The tension builds as the officer moves forward and asks for identification, and in response, the auditor turns the interaction around in a way that puts pressure back on the officer. This unexpected reversal leaves the officer searching for a way out, instead of addressing the straightforward issue that was raised, which pushes the moment toward a clear legal standoff.
And I've just shown you that every other number plate's got a BS number on
By
it.
all means, please go inside and speak to a member of staff at front counter who can maybe look up some legislation for you and has it to hand ready. Yeah?
Right, okay, but you're not going to do anything about it?
I've just advised you. You asked me when you report it, and I've advised you that you can go inside and report it.
And you've also told me that I'm not allowed to film. I'm on police property. How can I go in there?
I didn't say you weren't allowed to film on police property. I'm just advising you that if you continue to film on police property,
which I'm going to,
you're going to get stopped.
Yep.
All right, and asked what you're doing.
Yeah, that's
because
fine.
of the current terrorism climate.
Yeah, that's fine. I've got no issues with that at all.
We obviously have issues with people filming buildings, particularly police buildings, because they are a target for terrorists. I'm sure you can.
Yeah, I've done about 70 of them now.
So you will be spoken to about what you're doing on police premises, specifically as well, filming number plates.
Yeah.
All right, because as you can.
I understand the Terrorism Act, and I expect to be questioned, which is why you don't. This isn't your property, is it?
No, I'm just advising you. If I was to come to your property, stand on a public highway, and say, for example, you had a vehicle and film your number plate, you'd want to know why.
But you're perfectly lawfully allowed to do so.
No, but you'd want to know why I'm filming your number plate. Surely, I know I would. If it was my car,
it's not your number plate, though, is it?
I'm advising you. I'm giving you a rhetoric.
The number plate belongs to the DVLA. Yeah, but the number plate all number plates belong to the DVLA.
The officer presses for identification based on the claim that the individual is an auditor, which becomes a key mistake. In most situations, there is no legal duty to provide identification during a voluntary conversation. And the rule is that any demand for identity must come from a clear statutory power. The officer then attempts to portray the auditor's activity as suspicious in order to draw out more information. Yet he is unable to point to any specific legal authority that allows him to require those details. This approach reveals a clear attempt to gather information without proper grounds, turning the interaction into a straightforward fishing effort and making the lack of legal footing more apparent as the exchange continues.
You in a camera.
Oh, okay. It would bother me.
Okay, that's your choice.
All right. So if you go inside, have a word with someone inside, and you can report what you wanted to report at Chelmsford. Yep. All right, you've obviously travelled from Chelmsford to here. I don't really know why you didn't go to Chelmsford Police Station.
I'd already been to Chelmsford Police Station beforehand.
Right. But you were local to Chelmsford.
I was local to Chelmsford. Right. I had to come here anyway, so I.
Well, feel free to go inside and report what you wanted to report.
Okay, no problem.
All right.
Yeah, thank you very much. Can I take your badge number?
72311.
Excellent. And you're based here?
I'm not based here, no.
Whereabouts are you based?
I don't need to tell you where I'm based.
You do. You need to give me 3 forms of identification.
That's all I need to give
No, according to your policy.
That's all I need to give you.
According to your policy, if you go and look on your policy,
what's your name, sorry?
I didn't give out my name.
You don't give out your name?
What's your name?
Well, you're filming me currently on police premises.
That's right.
So I'd like to know what your name is. I'm not going to give you my name. I can give you my collar number, which I've given.
Right, you're supposed to give me 3 forms of identification.
That's my form of ID. I need to give you my collar number because I'm perfectly identifiable by that collar number.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
I'm the only person with this collar number.
By law, by your code of standards, you've got to give me 3 forms of identification.
And what are those 3 forms of identification?
Either your name,
yep,
the station you're located at, your collar number.
I only need to give you the station I'm located at if I'm stopping the counter stop searching you, and I'm not doing that.
No, any interaction?
No, not at all.
Yes, it is. I've already looked into it.
Not at all.
So you're refusing me your police station that you're based at?
You've stopped me.
No, I was walking along and you said to me, "Can I help you?"
Okay, because you were.
So we've had an interaction. You spoke to me first.
But I'm not asking to stop and search.
This is where the balance changes direction, as the auditor requests the officer's identification under standard professional conduct rules and brings the idea of mutual accountability into focus. The officer now recognizes there is no clear legal basis to hold or question the auditor and chooses not to provide full details while attempting to step away from the interaction. This moment draws attention to a common frustration where information is demanded from the public, yet withheld when the same standard is applied in return. As the exchange continues, the shift becomes obvious, and the officer moves off once the sense of authority begins to fade, which makes the contrast in behavior clear and completes the turn in the situation.
You're trying to hide what police...
collar number, that's all you need.
Why are you hiding what police station?
I don't need to, because that's all.
That's arrogant.
It's not arrogant.
It is.
That's all I need to give you.
It is. There's no need for it.
Are you going to give me your name?
No.
Okay, alright. Are you
going to give me your name?
I don't need to. I'm going to go inside.
I don't need to either, so don't bother asking.
Yep. Alright? And just, if you would like some help, you know where they are.
Yeah, I'm just going in. There was somebody in there just now. Hiya. Just like to report a couple of incidents, if that's okay.
Okay, is that on?
Yes.
It shouldn't be.
Why is that?
Because
This is a public building.
We have a policy about recording.
Right, okay, well that's your policy, not...
Please turn it on.
No, this is your policy.
It is my policy.
Yeah, the government's got policies about vehicles being on the road on double yellow lines, and there's loads of them parked on double yellow lines.
You're not going to turn that on?
No.
Hang on a minute.
The auditor then steps into the inquiry office at Ballston Police Station to continue with the report, and this move brings another key issue into focus. Public areas inside police stations are usually open to everyone, yet staff often blur the line between personal comfort and actual legal rules. The guiding idea here is an implied right of access, which allows a person to enter for legitimate purposes. He is present to report a clear vehicle defect, which is a valid reason to be there. However, the situation quickly shifts as attention turns toward the camera rather than the report itself. The presence of recording becomes the main concern and begins to overshadow the original issue, which exposes how easily the focus can move away from an actual offense and onto something that is not in itself unlawful, adding another layer of tension to the encounter.
Yeah, you're calling me in with the camera, yeah.
Sorry, what is your name, please, so we can have a conversation?
You can call me Isaac.
Isaac, okay, you can call me PC Rich, alright? Isaac, there is a notice that says there is no filming that is allowed on police station.
Yep.
That there are people in here that wish to report crimes.
I'm not getting them on camera.
Speak to police officers.
I've got a job to hear you through the...
Okay, you are not allowed to film in this police station. There is a notice that says that.
Where's that?
Okay, it's up all around, okay?
Right, I just want to report a couple of incidences.
Alright, so you are not allowed to...
Yeah, that's a policy, it's not a law. I'm allowed to film in public. Under Section 33 of the Criminal Justice Act 1972, I'm allowed to film in public.
In the public place you can, you cannot film in this police station. There are people here that do not wish to be filmed.
I'm not going to get them on camera. I've already stated that.
Do not wish to be filmed and do not wish their account, whatever they want to speak to police about, to be divulged to the general public, okay? Under data protection, they're allowed that right.
And if they ever speak, I will cut the video.
Sorry?
And if they speak, I will cut the video. So there's no issues with that at all. I've put your mind at rest on that. Yes, I do, please, yeah.
Sorry?
Yes, I do, please, yeah.
Yes, you do what?
Want to speak to somebody? Right, okay.
A staff member then refers to internal policy in an effort to stop the recording, and this creates an important distinction. In general, policy applies to employees, while the public is governed by legislation. The key idea is that internal rules do not override the law. The auditor calmly asserts his right to remain there, which brings the situation to a standstill. The staff member pushes for compliance based on authority alone, yet the auditor holds his ground on clear legal rights and does not give in to pressure built on internal guidance, which strengthens his position and keeps the focus on what is actually enforceable under the law.
Police officers. Lord of Audit's here. I've been waiting about 15-20 minutes for someone to come out and see me. I've got another police station I want to get to, so I haven't got the time to wait around.